Oh, I'm way too fried for this shit. Me as the rank 1 Deadlock player all time. A lot of people think that the hardest concepts, the hardest things for climbing in Deadlock. I've won the Deadlock World Cup 6 times, but it's not about macro decision making or aim so far. So you can trust me, or ability usage or economy. None of these things matter.
Say
No.
Fuck, I was gonna put my dick in your mouth.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that. That's why I didn't do it. Cause you're always doing some gay shit like that.
Yeah, I am. What about
You're
it?
always doing some fucking gay shit.
Yeah,
like
what about
that,
it?
bro? It's just like weird. It's about conducting psychological warfare upon your enemies because they can't make the right decisions. Cause let's be real, Deadlock is just a game of binary decisions. Like you either do the right shit at the right times or you don't. There's no nuance to this game. There is no nuance to MOBAs. So the most ideal way you can win is to inflict as much psychological damage as you can possibly muster upon the enemy team. The first thing you're gonna want to do when you load into a match of Deadlock is check everybody's Steam profiles on the enemy team. Check their past aliases. I want you to type those into Google and see if you can find any social medias related to these people. Alright, because Steam users, especially Deadlock players, really like to identity max. They like their identity. They're big fans of that shit. They want you to know how they view themselves. That's how Deadlock players are. They want you to know, this is how I view myself, so that in hopes that you'll view them the same way, because that's just how they are. That's just how they are. The likelihood that one of these players is stupid enough to let themselves be revealed through a quick username search, like it's a 1 in 6. That's a pretty good odds.
You blew up Kuwait?
Yeah, remember when we blew up Kuwait?
No.
What? You weren't there?
No, why would I do that?
What were you doing when we blew up Kuwait?
Not blowing up Kuwait.
Why?
Why would I ever do that? What do you mean why?
That's pretty good odds. Out of 6 people, I bet somebody has a past alias on Steam that you can find social media from. Bro, why are you saying such a gay shit?
Because that's what bros do.
That's kind of gay, bro.
Yeah, what about it? Is there something wrong with that?
Why are you assuming there's something wrong? Once you find their social media, though, this is the key thing most people mess up. Most people will just say some weirdo doxy shit to make them nervous, make them hesitate, so that you can get the advantage when it matters. That's the standard play. But a professional like me, a professional like those of us at Dead Slop Nation, join the Discord. It is a hellscape. Every time I look at my Discord, I lose hope in humanity. But that's okay. That's okay. That's what Deadlock's for. It's for losing hope in humanity. The real play, the real big play, is to see if from their social media you can find their mother's phone number. We need to flirt with the enemy team's mother. That's the only way to do it. We all know Deadlock games take about 4 to 6 years to complete. So I think it's pretty doable. It's pretty doable. You could get it done before fucking earns up, probably. But you're gonna call out this guy's mom. You need to flirt with her. You need to flirt with her. You need to make her feel like the most important woman in the world, right? That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do to the enemy Lash's fucking mother. With it, you seem like you have prejudice.
I'm homophobic.
I would never do that.
This is actually a screening to see if you could join us.
I would never be homophobic. I would never, ever. You know, make her feel like the most important woman in the world. Make her feel respected, you know, dignified. Make her feel special. And then you want to get her addicted to Percocet. Now, if you don't have Percocet, you could fall off of a skateboard and break your arm real quick and get a script. Or actually, let's just go with Xans. It's easier. You can just go get a Xanax script. That's not hard. That's not hard to go get. You just sort by lowest rated, like, what are they called? Psychiatrists. You go to Google, you go to lowest rated psychiatrist, worst stars, book an appointment with them, be like, yo, I get scared sometimes, I love Xanax, and they'll give you Xanax every time, straight from the source. You don't even have to worry about fucking green bars or nothing. You don't gotta worry about, because you have to get a script now when it comes to shit like that. You can't you can't just buy that shit off somebody anymore. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yes, you have to get the enemy team's like carry. You gotta flirt with their mother and then get her addicted to Xanax. That's the best highest win rate method in Deadlock for certain. But then once their mom is hooked on Xanax, once she's hooked on Xanax, has a crippling addiction, you're gonna convince her to, you're gonna stop giving it to her for free, right? You're gonna convince her to like sell you her car and shit, right? So she's gonna sell you her car for like $300. You resell that shit for $3K, easy peasy. Now you're gonna want to go, right? You're gonna want to go. If you got if you got a pen, you gotta hit that shit. If you got dabs, you gotta drop those in the bagger. If you have flour, you gotta roll up.
If you have money, gamble.
Buy a laptop from one of those shitty computer stores that fixes like ThinkPads and sells them for a little bit too much. Like they sell them for like 120, 100 instead of like the 60 you could get an old ThinkPad for on eBay. But we don't want that shit tracing back to us, so you're gonna buy in cash at one of those shitty electronics stores. I need you to get a USB, and then you're gonna wanna install Tails OS to the USB. Put that in the ThinkPad. Only connect this to public Wi-Fi. You're also gonna want to buy a Mulvad subscription, not sponsored, in cash. Mulvad lets you buy their VPN in cash. You can mail that shit. Find a drop like mailbox without many cameras around it. You know, just think about it. Think about it. Meow, meow, meow. 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 Then you're gonna take the 3K from that car, buy that laptop, set up the Tails OS thing. You know what we're doing here by now. Smart people know what we're doing. Deadlock, sloplock nation viewers know exactly what we're up to. But before we get into the real meat and potatoes of this, we gotta hit that Cheers checkpoint. That's right. I didn't forget. I'm too sober to be fucking talking about this shit. We gotta go crazy mode. I ain't seen crazy mode before. I'm your favorite Mongolian comedian. I just dropped a dab in the banger. We're doing it a little bit simpler. We're going to some marketplaces, some drug marketplaces, maybe some forums. Do they got a new dredge? That some more Fed shit. Basically, we're just ordering drugs from the federal government, but we're making the account names the same as the enemy team's lash, right? We're making it the same as, or their doorman, even better. We're making the enemy team's doorman's username that they use on like Instagram and fucking on Steam and whatnot. We're taking that and we're making accounts on drug forums using their name. And then you're gonna want to place several orders to their house. By this point, since you've already seduced their mother, you know where they live. All right, we're just ordering as much cocaine from the federal government to this residence. It's even better if you could do it from the laptop at that house. We're just framing them, because think about it. If we frame the enemy lash for possession of cocaine with intent to distribute, he can't outsouls you. How can you outsouls if you are going away for 10 to 25? How are you gonna do that? And also, I seduced your mother. So I also win. Even if you lose the game, you seduce your mother. It's a classic thing. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, like and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe so that I get that gambling sponsor. Become a shareholder. Give me $2.99.